Let's jump right into it, man.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, MAGA's revenge. I was excited to see it. The House has adjourned with no speaker. I dig it. I do. Look, man, I'm not a Republican. I've been saying this for the past couple of weeks. I don't care for Kevin McCarthy. In 2016, it was reported that apparently there's a recording where he said Trump was being paid by Putin or something like that. Okay. Kevin McCarthy said Donald Trump bears responsibility for January 6th, things like that. This is a guy who is not interested in the actual we the people. It's establishment garbage all the way. Now, look, Marjorie Taylor Greene very much wants him to win. A lot of people have said it's because she's got a quid pro quo. Well, yeah, he's going to put her on committees if he wins. So she's like, I want him to win. We're going to get things done. I don't see anything wrong with that other than I'm not a Republican. I'm not going to support Kevin McCarthy. So when he loses 3 times in a historic failure, I was just laughing the whole time. Look, I get it. Jeffries is going to be worse for a lot of reasons than McCarthy. Here's the fear. There's, I think, 434 people who are voting because there's 1 vacancy. You have to get a majority of votes cast in order to become the speaker. That means the only way the Democrats can win is if Republicans vote Democrat. Maybe it's possible. The fear is if this drags out too long, moderate Democrats and Republicans, establishment, corporate, uniparty, are going to be like, can we find 218 people to just put like Liz Cheney as Speaker of the House? And then they'll do it. There's enough people to do it. I'm not entirely convinced, though, because I don't think someone like Liz Cheney could actually pull it off. But a lot of people are basically saying if Kevin McCarthy wins, you'll get some things you want. If he doesn't win, and then there's some kind of uniparty shill who gets the votes because the Democrats and Republican uniparty will vote for him, then we're worse off. I'm kind of like, what's the difference? What's the difference between Liz Cheney and Kevin McCarthy? Like, don't come at me with that. I don't like the Republicans, okay? There's a handful I like. Thomas Massey's cool. Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert, I think, were awesome today. They stood up and said no. But Liz Cheney, Michael Malice had this tweet. Liz Cheney was the one who was introducing Kevin McCarthy, nominating him to be speaker back in 2021. So it's just like, you think I'm looking at Kevin McCarthy like, oh, he's so much different from Liz Cheney. Yeah, same thing. I don't know if Jim Jordan's going to be the right guy either, but I'm just sitting back laughing that it's been 100 years since a failure of this proportion hit. And you know what I think? The establishment is so accustomed to getting whatever they want that they don't know how to handle something like this. If it is only 20 people who have rejected Kevin McCarthy, so be it. That is a good sign. When the Democrats were nominating Nancy Pelosi and the squad threatened to withhold their votes unless they got universal health care provisions, they caved instantly and voted for Pelosi. And now what's happening is all the Democrats are like, see, we're a unified party and the Republicans are in disarray. Yeah, there was one person who tweeted that the Republicans are so authoritarian that all of them now are fighting because they demand they get their way or else. Whereas Democrats are all about democracy, so they're in agreement. And I'm like, oh, okay. Dissenting is authoritarian and marching in lockstep with the corporate Democrats. That's not fast. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you happy to see McCarthy lose, or is it just a big waste of our time?
I like the way Matt Gaetz stood up and spoke about it. I actually have a tweet from ALX on Twitter, and you might be referencing it in this article too, from The Hill. But he said basically, like what Marjorie Taylor Greene may have done is, I want to vote for McCarthy because he's going to put me ahead of a committee. But Gaetz like, I don't want to be part of a puppet committee.
Well, he said you can't drain the swamp if you appoint an alligator into a position of power, which was a pretty big statement.
Gaetz said that?
Yeah.
Bravo.
And personally, government gridlock is a part of my love language. So seeing what's happening right now is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. And it shows you that, the Republicans aren't just the foot soldiers, aren't just obeying every single order, and they're willing to stand up for larger ideas and principles.